Right, so welcome to your yin yang flow this evening. So laying on the abdomen, one hand on top of the other, resting the forehead there, and then just noticing the tops of the feet on the earth. It might feel nice to turn the toes in and the heels out. Or you might wish to separate the feet wider to create a little space in the lumbar spine. But just keeping the neck long. So we rest the forehead on the backs of the hands just to keep that neck neutral. And just to feel the whole body, the breath. Soft, smooth, in and out breath. Taking this moment just to clear away any thoughts, any expectations that you might have, any ideas, any judgments. Just let anything dissolve away. And then just breathe life into your physical body. Breath is life, so feel this movement of oxygen moving in through the nostrils, filling into the belly. Notice how the back body rises and the belly presses into the earth. And then exhale the breath completely. Let it go. Soften shoulders, jaw, throat. Feeling the back of the hands, palms, forehead. Breathing in softly, gently. Filling into both lungs as the back body lifts. Pause for a moment. And then exhale the breath out completely. Let it go. Hold the breath out for a moment. And on your next breath in, count that breath in for a count of 6. Just briefly pause at the top and then exhale the breath for a count of 8. See if you can stay with that in breath for a count of 6. And then an exhalation for a count of 8. And if you're struggling to stay with that count, just find just a different count, but make your exhalation longer than the inhalation. And keep that going, soft, smooth, gentle breaths in. For 6 if you can, and out for 8. And then notice what you're clearing away on your exhalation. Is there any tension in your physical body? Stagnation of energy, of chi? Notice the physical body and any limitations that you might be experiencing just from a different way of life. Just be kind and loving to yourself. Just to complete 3 more rounds of 6-8 count breath. That's what you're using. Just conscious that you are exploring those 3 with full awareness. When you complete your 3, just begin to slowly lift the forehead off the back of the hands. And then just slide your elbows under your shoulders, gently coming into a Sphinx pose. So forearms are on the earth, parallel to one another. And then just point the toes now, press the tops of the feet into the earth. Press your forearms into the earth and get as much height as you can, lengthening the crown to the ceiling. And then begin to pull your elbows towards your hips, and imagine you want to pull your hips forward to your elbows. See if you can create length in that lower lumbar area of the body. Spread the fingers wide. Take a breath in. Now tilt the chin up towards the ceiling as you take that full breath. And then as you exhale the breath, press the floor away from you, draw your chin to your chest. Notice how the belly presses off the earth. And then again, inhale, pulling elbows to ribs, lifting chest and chin. As you exhale, press the hands into the earth, chin to your throat, rounding a little. Just take 2 more of those. Breath in, create length and height. Notice how that feels in the upper back, lower, middle. And then as you exhale, all the breath on. Soft, smooth as you breathe and move. Hold that exhalation out for a moment. And then just come back to neutral. We're going to bend the right knee. We're going to roll a little over onto the left side. So you can reach over and catch a hold of the foot with the right hand, and then come back down onto the earth. You want to bring the forearm in front, more on a diagonal or parallel to the front edge of your mat. That might offer you some different support. You might reach the hand forward and maybe press up a little. You might stay low. So just see how that feels for you. You might turn your fingers forward and have your elbow facing up, pulling the heel gently down towards the hip. So you want 2 hips facing the earth. Your option is to curl your left toes under and maybe pick the thigh and the knee off the earth. Just breathe in and out here. Take a few rounds of breath. Try to press your pubic bone down into the mat, really feeling into the front of your right thigh, hip flexor, that psoas area. Take 3 more breaths and know that you can come up a little higher or come lower if you choose. Count your 3 breaths. When you've released, completed, release the back toes, release the right toes, and then just switch on over. Bring that right forearm down. Reach around for your left foot. Bring the hip back down to the earth. Pull the heel down towards the buttocks, maybe towards the outside of the hip. And then just try to avoid collapsing through that shoulder. So you want to either stay on the forearm and stay lifted, or stay low, or maybe just bring that hand forward. The closer it is, the deeper the back bend will be. And then the option is to curl your back toes under, lift the thigh and the knee off the mat, pressing the heel away from you. So find somewhere where you're able to maintain a steady flow of breath. And now find 3 more of your own rounds once you've settled. Breathing in, breathing out. Find those gentle ujjayi breaths, constriction of the glottis, the throat. When you complete, you'll untuck toes. Just take it down slowly the way that you can. This time bring your hands under your shoulders and press back into a child's pose. Just let the spine release. Bring a little movement side to side as the hips slide from one heel to the other. Just feel that lower lumbar area. Maybe you felt it in a slightly different area. Thighs, hips. And then we're going to rise onto the hands and the knees. As you exhale, just bend the elbows, hover the chest and chin. Just peel yourself through into cobra. Inhale, hug the elbows in. And then exhale all of the breath out. Reach your left arm out long. Zip your inner thighs and feet in together. Use your right hand just to press you onto your left side. So we're just going to lean on the left side. Recline Buddha is the name of this one. Rest your bicep on your ear. You can keep your right hand in front of you for support. The legs are stacking. If you need extra support, you can turn your left palm down. And then just from here, lift your right foot up off the left. And then place it back down. And then again, lift it up, flex the foot maybe in line with your hip. And then gently place it back down. And then lift from that heel, toes face down. Lift it up as high as you can, staying balanced and steady. And just bring it down now halfway. Bend the knee, point the toes. And see if you can stay balanced and reach around for your right foot with your hand. Press the heel into the buttocks. This time press the pelvis forward so you can get that feel through the quadricep, the hip flexor. It might be a little tricky to balance. Just roll out and enjoy that roll if you fall. Take a few breaths there, find stability in the core. Beautiful. And then gently release the foot, bring it back on top. And then see if you can now reach the other arm up above you and stay balanced there. Might be a little movement. See if you can just hover. Beautiful. And then just gently release the right hand down, roll back onto your belly. And then stretch out your right hand, bring the left hand in, roll onto the opposite side. Bicep is on the ear. No, it's not. Ear is on the bicep. And then just notice that stability. And then lift and hover the foot off the right foot. And then gently lower. And then bring it up again. So you're lifting from the heel, so the toes face down. And then gently lower. And then lift it as high as it feels like it wants to come. And then gently release halfway. Point the toes, bend the knee. And then see if you can find that stability to reach around and catch a hold of the foot. It might be there, it might not. Pull the heel in, press the pelvis forward. So that towards that wall that you're facing. A little squeeze of the buttocks as well. You'll get a deeper sensation in the front of your left thigh. Take a few deep breaths. Keep the awareness on the breath. When you're ready to let it go, let it be slow and controlled. As you bring the foot down, see if you can also bring the arm to reach over. It might be a little movement. You might actually roll all the way onto your belly. Eventually, that's where we'll meet. So coming down onto the belly gently with control, unless you've fallen there. And then bring the hands back under the shoulders, press to hands and knees. This time curl your toes under. And then begin to peel the knees off the mat, come to downward facing dog. Take a pedal out gently through your feet, left, right, slowly moving, bending one knee, straightening. Just bending both and straightening as well. So just explore your down dog. And so for me, I'm noticing I'm not doing as many down dogs, noticing in particularly my calves. So you might notice something similar. You might notice maybe the upper body if you're doing a lot of computer work. And then just bend the knees, come forward into your plank. Stay in your plank pose, zip the belly in, press the floor away. We're going to lower down onto the left forearm and then come down onto the right. So we're now in a forearm plank pose. Keeping the elbows hugging in a little, forearms parallel, palms press. Just pause and hold here, belly zips in, knees can come down if you need. Keep the crown pulling forward, heels pulling back, take a breath in. Exhale the breath for one. We've got 2 more breaths, inhaling. Soft, gentle breath for 2, 1 more breath. As you exhale, release the pelvis down to the earth. Separate your feet and legs wide. And then bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet together. So bring the knees as wide as feels comfortable. Pull those elbows towards the hips again. Lift the chest, lift the chin. And then just hold it there. Start to bring the feet towards the mat. So you're getting into the inner thigh and the groin a little, lifting chest, chin, opening heart. Take 1 more breath. And as you exhale, come back to neutral. Bring hands under shoulders. Press to hands and knees. Inhale. Curl the toes under. Keep the knees wide. Walk the hands towards the center of those knees and lift them off the earth. So you're in a squat position at the back of your mat. Reach your hands forward. Let the head dangle. Move a little side to side. Moving those knees left, right. Noticing that slight rotation in the lower back. And then come to center, walk the hands in. Start to straighten out the legs, toe heel or heel toe the feet to a hip distance apart. You might use a block here. We're going to bring the right hand down onto the floor underneath the face or a block. Lift the left arm up, straighten the left knee, bend the right. Heart and crown pulls forward, rotate the chest. Keep reaching with your left fingers, take a breath in. As you exhale, bend both knees, bring that left hand down onto the floor or block. As you inhale, right arm reaches, right knee straightens, left knee bends. Reach through the fingers, reach through the crown, breath in. As you exhale, fold back down to the earth. We're going to do that again. Right hand down, inhale, left arm heals, left knee straightens, right knee bends. One breath, one movement. Exhale, come all the way down. Left hand down, right arm up. Inhale, unfurling. Exhale, take it down. One more time each side. See if there's a little more space with each cycle. Maybe it feels a little different on that last round. Maybe a bit more spaciousness. And as you exhale the breath, bring both hands down. Take a halfway lift, inhale, hands to the shins or thighs. As you exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Stay with a flat back, zip the belly in. Now inhale, press, rise up. Take a little supported back bend here, keeping the hands at the lower back. Press the thighs forward. Pull the flesh of the butt down literally with your hands. Feel the front of your hip flexors. Lift up through your sternum. And then slowly come to center, interlock the hands, and then continue now your forward fold with the bind of the arms. Just let the head dangle so there's no tension in the neck. The knees might be bent, or you might play around with bending one knee and then the other. It might feel nice here just to turn the chest towards one side, moving the arms in the opposite direction. Just really getting into the shoulders, the shoulder girdle, opening up that upper back. Come back to neutral, release the hands, walk yourself back out into plank. From here, we're going to come back down onto the forearms. This time come down onto the right forearm, and then the left. And then come up right, come up left, come down left, then right. Come up left, then right. Come down right if you need knees lower, then left. Come up left, right, lower left, right. Hold it there, breathe in and out. From here, walk your toes in. Keep walking them in to a point where you're in a forearm down dog. If you need to bend the knees or lower them, please do. Otherwise, start to press your chest towards your thighs. So really getting back into those shoulders. So you're just in dolphin pose. Notice what you sense in the upper back area. Keep the chest pressing to the thighs. Take a breath in and a breath out. Beautiful. One more breath. Nice. Lower the knees down onto the earth. Untuck your toes. Bring your arms back behind you. Slowly roll yourself up, reach your arms forward, up and back. And then as you exhale, come to sit on your heels, circle your hands behind you. Bring the fingertips to the earth if you can. Press the chest forward, either stay or some of you might lift your pelvis off the heels, squeezing the upper arm bones towards one another, opening the heart, the throat. Hold it here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale for 1. For 2 and 3. Let the hips come to the heels. From here, grab onto your heels. So you're going to come to child's pose, and then you're going to hold onto the heels. So the fingers wrap around the insides of your feet or heels, thumbs to the outside. And then tuck your chin to your throat. Lift your hips so you come onto the crown of the head. Coming into rabbit pose, lifting hips, holding onto the heels, and really stretching the spine. Take a few breaths here, in and out. Gentle pressure on the head or none at all. One more breath. Slowly release the hips back down to the heels, reach your arms forward. Just pause in child's pose. Notice the breath. There might already be an elevation there. Just sit in that. And then rise to hands and knees, inhale. Come to downward facing dog as you exhale. So from down dog, we are going to lift the right heel, but don't lift it all the way up, just in line with the hip. So there's an inner rotation of the thigh. And then pull the lower belly in, and then press the chest towards the thighs without the lower ribs flaring out. So we want to draw those lower ribs in. And then turn the toes down again. Imagine that you're lifting from the inseam of your inner thigh. And then press the chest back a little further. Maybe lift the heel a little higher. Inhale. And then as you exhale, point your toes, draw your knee to your nose, lift your shin high dome through the upper part of the back. And now flex the toes. Inhale, lift the heel in line with your hip, lifting from the inner thigh. And then as you exhale, bring the knee across the midline to the left tricep, pointing toes, pausing there for a moment. Now inhale, flexing, lifting in line with hip. Bringing the knee now to the right tricep. See if you can hold it there. Maybe take a little push up, maybe not. And then inhale, lift and extend. As you exhale, we're going to step the foot quietly in between the hands. And then just slowly reach the right arm up. Pull the heart and crown forward to rotate the chest. Breathing in. Breathing out. Take 2 more breaths. Drop the right hip. Pull the femur bone back. Be light on your fingertips. And now right hand comes down onto the block or the floor on the outside of the right foot. Start to build the left arm up. See if you can stay on the ball of the back foot. Just open belly twist here. Knee can be down if you need. Reach out through the fingers. 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, release the hand down. Press the hands into the earth. Step back plank. Knees or straight legs, low plank. Inhale, come to cobra, maybe a little up dog since we've opened the spine. Exhale, downward dog. Take 3 deep breaths, lift the heels, inhale. Come to chin, come to lion's breath, exhale. Take 2 more of those, breathing in. Heels drive back, chest to thighs. Tongue to chin, 1 more breath. Exhaling the breath completely. And then start to float from the inner thigh of the left as you lift with control. Keep both hands rooting down into the earth. Lift it up in line with your hip. Press your right heel to the earth. Lift the heel a fraction higher, but really rotate the inner thigh. So we're inner rotating. Keep both hands connecting to the earth evenly. Lift a little higher, inhale. And then as you exhale, point the toes, draw knee to nose, shoulders in line with wrist, dome through the upper part of the back. And then inhale, extend, flex the toes. Preparing to bring the knee across the midline, just for a moment of pause, so we're not moving too quickly. And then inhale, lift and extend from the heel. And then as you exhale, knee across to the left tricep, maybe a little chaturanga push-up here. And then take it back, 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, try not to collapse that foot, but just to ground it down. If it doesn't land, the hand brings it forward. And then we peel the left arm up when we get there. Drop the left hip down, pull it back. So that might mean you need a little support underneath your hand for more height. Reach the fingers, rotate chest. Feel the back heel directly pressing away from you. So the twist isn't coming from the actual hip area. If that happens, we start to drop the heel over to the right. You want to really feel it through the thoracic spine. Take 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, hand down onto the floor or block, start to peel the right arm up. So it's still a lunge, but to avoid rooting down that back heel like that warrior position. Take 1 more breath. And release the hand down, quietly step back, low plank. Breathing into your back bend. Exhaling, down dog. Straight away, reach that right heel up again. As you exhale, curl the knee into the nose. As you inhale, extend that leg. As you exhale, whole knee across towards the left. Extend, lift up, inhale. Exhale, knee over to the right. Inhale, lift, extend. Exhale, step on through. Reach and rise, breath in. As you exhale, take a twist to the right. You can bend the elbows or straighten the arms. Drop the hip, pull it back, rotate. Expand your wings. Slide the right hand down, left arm up. Take a little back bend here. Drop the hip, keep dropping it down. And then keep that rotation, bring the elbow to the outside of your thigh knee. Make a fist. And then reach up and around with your right hand. Place a flat palm over the top. Zip the belly in, create some height, rotate your heart to your thumbs. Back thigh is super strong. And again, try to avoid that rotation from the hip. So if you notice the heel rolling out to the left, kind of bring the hips back to neutral, feel the twist from there. Knees there as well if you need. Some of you might wish to expand your arms. Some of you might even wish to try a bind. I haven't done this one for a little while. So taking 5 breaths here. Inhale. Find your variation for 1. Keep the weight equally distributed for 2. Soft, gentle breaths. Ujjayi breath will help you stay focused. Counting those breaths. I've just lost count. Maybe there's 1 more. Nice. You're going to release when you've completed 5. Bring the knee down. Sweep the arm back down. Reach both arms up. As you exhale, hands to either side of your front foot. Straighten your front knee. Hold it here in that half split pose. Just let there be a sense of ease. As you flex the toes, imagine that you want to pull your heel to the back of your mat. So you're really feeling, again, that thigh bone pulling into the pelvis. Pull the sternum forward, and then take a little further fold from there. Full deep breaths in. Exhale, long breaths out. Explore 5 more breaths here. I'll let you guys count these ones on your own. More depth perhaps with each breath as you surrender. Just really get nice and deep into the physical body. When you have completed 5, we're just rebending into the knee. You're reaching the right arm up. This time we're going to bring the hand back behind us, bend the back knee, point toes. See if you can catch a hold of the foot here. Rotate the chest. Maybe you come down onto a forearm. So we might all be in very different variations here. You might wish to spin the chest towards the inner thigh and bring the inner thigh in towards you. Or you might wish to roll onto the outer edge of that right foot. And if it's too strong to hold the foot, if you've got a strap, you can always use a strap. Or if you need to abort it altogether, just let that foot go. So we're going to hold here for a little bit. So don't worry about counting the breath yet. Just get into a place. So there's a rotation occurring. We're getting back into that front thigh. You might feel into the glute. Just breathing in and out. Maybe even close the eyes. And just sense the body. Sense the breath. And sense the communication between the two. And now take 5 more breaths. Complete your 5. Control the descent of the foot so it's not flicking away. Bring both hands down on the inside of your right foot. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee. And then just step your back foot in a little. And then bring your toe heel your foot back to center if it did come out a little bit. Just come into pyramid pose. If you need the blocks, they're on either side of your right foot under the hands. Working towards straightening that front knee. Take a few more breaths. We'll say 3 more. And then we will be coming to an upright position. So I find a little bend in the knee helps. And then just roll yourself up. Reach the arms up, bring the arms behind you. You can either grab a hold of your wrists or your elbows, or bring your palms together behind your heart. Straighten that front leg again. You might wish to have a shorter stance, your left hip forward, your right hip back. And then just keep the elbows pinning back. Keep the sternum lifting and really squeeze behind the heart. Keep the shoulders pinning back. Lean forward a little from there. See how that feels, and just keep leaning more and more forward. Sometimes if you've got the palms together, the thumbs start to separate. That just means the elbows are coming in. So keep them pinning back as you come further and further forward. Same with whether you're holding your wrists or elbows. Beautiful. Take 3 breaths when you find your edge. Really feeling the back of that right thigh, the length through the spine, the strength through the core. Nice. And then slowly rise up when you complete 3 breaths on an inhalation. Gently take it into a slight back bend to release the hands, reach them up, inhale. As you exhale, bend that front knee, bring the hands down, and then float the left heel off the earth. Bring it in line with your hip, just as we did before in that 3-legged dog, only we're in a variation of warrior 3. So hands under shoulders or in line on a block rather. Turn the heel, toes down, heel presses to the back wall. Inhale, heart pulls forward. Hold as you exhale. Create length, strength through that thigh. Press the heel to the wall behind you. Take 1 more breath. Then as you exhale, step forward, fold forward. Hands to shins or beside your toes, halfway lift. Exhale, take a forward fold. Circle the arms out wide and up, in breath. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Just take a breath in. And a breath out. Breath in. And out. Take 1 more breath. And then as you blink your eyes open, lift your left arm up and right hand down. So just stretch really long. And then from here, turn your palm up, bring the elbow towards your hip. So you are opening up the hand. Turn your left palm forward and then see if you can bend that back right knee and then reach around and catch a hold of the foot for dancer's pose. So you want the external rotation. You want to catch your foot so your fingers are on the outer blade of the foot so you haven't turned the hand around. And then start to kick the foot into the hand. Stay lifted with your chest and then start to find balance here. If you've got a wall, you're more than welcome to use the wall as well if you want to just hold on to that. But you're not down here basically. You don't want the chest to be low. You want to create that arch through the spine. So kicking the foot away, finding stability and balance. And if you fall, you just come back in. You might challenge your balance by maybe coming off the wall. Take a few more breaths, find stability. And then when you're complete and content to come out, you'll know it. And then you can just very gently come back out. Feet together, release the hands beside you. Just pause for a moment. Feel the energy in the right side of the body. The energy in the left. Make peace and find balance between left and right. Blink the eyes open, circle your arms out wide and up. As you exhale, bend knees, hands through center, fold. Half lift, inhale. If you wish to jump back, see if you can land back in chaturanga. If not, take a flow or skip it. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Just spread the fingers wide, press the outer edges of the hands into the earth as well as the heel of the hands. Press each finger pad into the earth. And then prepare to lift that left heel up to the ceiling on that breath in. Point toes as you exhale, knee to nose, shoulders in line with the wrists, lift the shin high. And then inhale, flex, extend the leg. As you exhale across to the midline, right elbow, maybe you make contact. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale over to the left tricep. Inhale, lift, extend. As you exhale, stepping foot to the thumb. And then just gently from here, we rose up first. Sorry, I just had a mental blank. Reach all the way up. And then as you exhale, take that twist. So twisting to the left, expand your wings.
Left hand will slide down the outside of the thigh as the right arm reaches. So you're already preparing for your twist here. Feel that rotation occurring from the middle of the back, or from the mid back, I should say. And then from there, bring the elbow to the thigh or somewhere where it feels comfortable. Make a fist with that right hand, and it's a slow circle of the left palm to come on top. And then keep the chest high, keep the belly rotating, keep the chest rotating, and then choose whether you stay on toes or knee, or whether you wish to also take an expansion of your arms. You might wish to try a half bind, wrapping the top arm. You might even work the right arm underneath as well to find that full bind. So just settling somewhere where you can breathe. And now there will be 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale for 1. Soft, gentle Ujjayi breaths for 2, hearing that constriction in your throat. Finding that exhalation. 3. Breathing softly and gently. 4. 1 more breath. 5. Release out of any arm variations. Release the knee. Straighten the front leg when you're ready. We'll meet in Ardha Hanumanasana. So just take a moment here. Flex the toes. Imagine you're pulling the heel towards the back of your mat. Keeping the 2 hips level. The sternum pulls forward, inhaling. Maybe diving a little deeper as you exhale. So find maybe a slight rise and fall of the chest as you breathe in and out, or maybe there's just that complete stillness. Find 5 of your own breaths. Soften the space between your eyebrows as well. Just letting all of that go. Complete 5 rounds, take your time. And then we'll meet back in a lunge, bending that front knee. Left arm reaches up, circles around to the back, and then bending the knee, seeing if you can find the foot or grab a strap. And then just find your variation here, so you can pull the heel in towards the buttocks. You might want to roll into the outer blade of the foot, you might spin the chest, you might prefer to hug it in. Just find a place to breathe, to stay. Keep the focus on your breath. You'll feel sensations, let them be a part of the experience. Notice if there's a tightening of your jaw or the throat area. Kind of release the jaw, the teeth, the mandible. Now 5 of your own breaths. You might notice your exhalation longer than your inhalation. It still might be that 6-8 count breath. Complete 5. Remember not to flick the foot away. The exit point is just as important. We'll bring the hands down. Eventually we'll curl the toes, lift the back knee, toe, heel, foot to center as 2 hands come to the outside. You will need to step that back foot in and slightly out to the right, just to find a position where you can straighten the legs a little, particularly that front one, maybe they both straighten. Forehead moving towards the shin, lengthening forward, folding forward. Taking a few rounds of breath here. And then we'll be adding the arms in this as well in a moment. And then see if you can roll yourself up. So pop a little bend in that front knee so you can support yourself, roll up, or reach the arms up. Bring them behind you. If you held the wrist, opposite. Same with the elbow, or palms together will be the same. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward. So it might have to be shorter stance than what you think even. And then just open the chest. It's not about how far you come down, but more how
long you can create the spine to be. Breathing in, breathing out. Create that length, keeping that left hip pulling back, finding stability through both feet. So you want to ensure that the feet are not in that tightrope stance. It's more of that train track stance. Take one more breath. And then on an inhalation, press through the feet, rise on up. Take it into a little back bend so you can release the hands. Reach them high, bend the front knee. As you exhale, hands to the earth, float the right foot off the mat. Turn the toes down, lift up from the inner thigh, pull your sternum forward. Create this capital letter T position. Keep lengthening in opposite directions. Keep the gaze down. It's the crown that pulls forward and the heel that pulls back. And then you want to imagine that there's still that inner rotation. Take one more breath. As you exhale, step forward, fold forward. Take a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Circle the arms up, rise up in a reverse swan dive position. Bring your hands to the center of the chest. Just close the eyes, feel your heart beating. Feel your feet rooting down, particularly the right one. We will be grounding down through that right foot in a moment for our balance. And then when you're ready, open eyes, reach the right arm up, left hand down. I like to turn my right palm forward and join my thumb and index finger together. And then keep the elbow at the hip as you turn your palm up. So the elbow, so there's an external rotation. And then when you're ready, bend up the knee. Catch a hold of the foot, fingers to the little toe, outer blade side of the foot. Stay until you're balanced. And then kick the foot into the hand first. And then as you kind of tilt forward, it's more of a reach forward. So you want to keep the fingers in line with the eye in this one. So we create this beautiful bow shape, this dancer's pose, or also known as Natarajasana, the dance of Shiva. So if you fall out, just come back in, keep that beautiful shape of that back bend. If you've got a wall, you're more than welcome to use the wall. Sometimes feels nice just to mix it up a little. Might feel nice to have that support, particularly if you're feeling like you're jumping around a little and you want to feel the benefits of it. Couple more breaths. Come out with control as best you can. Try not to just collapse out of it. Sometimes we do. And then just catch the energy. This time turn your palms to face up like you are catching the energy, like you're holding this orb, this energetic field that you're feeling, this vortex circulating around you. Breathing in and out. And if your feet are together, just toe heel them a little bit further apart. And then turn your palms to face down as if you're grounding down that energy. And then just begin to roll yourself down, down, down. And just come into a ragdoll. Grab a hold of the elbows if you wish. Just let yourself just be here. You can let the arms flop on the floor, or you can bring them to a block. Just let yourself dangle here. We're going to make it a little bit active today, since it seems that yin seems to be the theme in this quieter paced life. So we're just going to bring a little bit more yang into this. So we're going to make it an active forward fold now. Some of you might place the palms underneath your feet and come into Padahastasana, starting to straighten out the legs, maybe pulling the sternum forward and then through. Elbows will start to wing out to the side. You might hold the ankles instead, or you might prefer to peace grip your two big toes and come into Padahastasana this way. So choosing an active variation of your forward fold. Just breathing 5 rounds of breath. Inhaling. Exhaling for 1. Your pace might be different to my count. You just honor that. Just exhale the breath completely. That might mark 2. Straighten the legs a little more if you can. Feel deep into the backs of the thighs. 3. Keep the crown lengthening to the earth, the forehead pulling towards your shins, to the space between the knees. Maybe 1 more breath. Exhale and hold the breath out as best you can for maybe a little longer than you have. Maybe you've just found your edge. You can hold it there for another breath or two. And then gently come out, slowly releasing hands from feet. So let the blood fast settle back into those thighs. Separate the feet again, wider. And then bring them to about mat width. And then just sway a little side to side like you're taking some side lunges. And then we're going to take a squat. So turn the toes out, the heels in. Just sink into the hips here, Malasana. Bring the hands to the heart, draw your chest towards your thumbs. Keep the crown lifting, the tailbone descending. Breathing in, breathing out. And I know sometimes we come into this pose and we're creating a crow pose. So if you wish to bring a little strength into this today, just bring your hands into the earth, lift your heels, bring your knees maybe into the triceps, just shifting forward and back. Look forward, not to your feet, but in front. Use the head as a counterweight, as maybe one heel lifts, maybe the other. You can stay in Malasana if you're ready to come out at any point. Just meet on the floor in a butterfly position. So you might wish to practice your jump back into your low plank from Bakasana. So that might be something that you're working on. You might feel that present today. You might even jump yourself back into Bakasana. And then where we will all meet eventually is in that butterfly position. So if you want to enjoy another crow, go ahead, jump back, jump forward. Get the energy flowing. And just bring the soles of your feet together. Draw the chest forward when you do get there. And then we're just going to come forward. We're just going to settle there. You might slide the hands underneath your ankles, grabbing a hold of the tops of the feet, bringing the forehead to the toes. That might be a suggestion there for you. You might wish to sit up on a block or to support the knees and wedge 2 blocks between them. Breathing in and out. And take 3 more breaths. Just come up slowly, unravel through the spine, extend the legs, and just come to lay on your mat. Maybe knees pull into chest, or just drop the knees a little side to side and just feel that whole lower back lumbar area of the body. So we've worked the front of the hips a little today, a little bit of balancing. And then just choose your next pose. Some of you might like to just extend the legs for happy baby. You can do actually a combination of both. Happy baby might be yours. You might want to come into eye of the needle. If you feel like you want to hold one longer, just choose which one you're feeling you're most called to. So I know for some of us who do a lot of sitting, this particular one might be serving us more than happy baby. We can complete for a little bit in happy baby. But just use these final moments here just to really feel into what your body needs. Particularly that we've moved the energy, you'll notice it, you'll feel it. For me, it's been my lower lumbar back area. I've been not sitting behind a desk or working. I've been sitting on the floor and crocheting for hours and hours and hours on end. I just get lost in this creative project, and it's this constant sitting, and I'm noticing shoulders and lower back for me. So we're all in it. We're all doing pretty much the same thing. So hopefully our time together has has helped each and every one of you. So you might want to finish off with a twist if you've already done a happy baby. Maybe hug the knees into the chest, squeeze them. Just enjoy this sensation on the earth. I've just come up so I can speak to you if you are looking at me and wondering if you missed anything you didn't, you're still on the floor. And then just let yourself eventually settle into a still place. So legs up the wall is good too if you've got the space there. Otherwise, traditional Shavasana, blankets, eye pillows. If you do have a bolster and you want to place it under the knees or even on top of the thighs, use that as a weight just over the top of the thigh area. And then if you are extending the legs long, bring the heels wider to the edges of your mat so your feet can turn outwards. And then draw your chin a little towards your chest to lengthen the back of the neck. Then just settle completely with your palms spinning open. That external natural rotation of the arms, not by you forcing them in that position, but just your natural anatomy. And then rest your awareness on the center of your eyebrows. And soften the space across the brow, the hairline, and the temples. And then soften your jaw. That bottom jaw can move a little side to side just to ensure that you are relaxing that jaw. And let the tongue rest softly behind the bottom teeth. Let the muscles in the face soften even more. The eyes are closed. The eyelids are just softly covering those eyes. Head presses to the earth. Feel the back of the head connecting. Then feel across your shoulders and your chest as your arms drape to the earth. And notice any sensation in that upper chest area, middle, upper back and middle back area. There's been a little bit of opening there today. And then just noticing the lower lumbar area, the buttocks, that pelvic region, the hip flexors, the abdomen. And then just noticing the extended legs, if they are extended. Just aware of the legs, the feet, the toes, the energy that flows, the pulse of life. Your breath. Your heartbeat, stillness inside and out, steadiness, and the ease, the balance between left, right, feel the palm of your right hand. Feel the palm of your left hand. Feel the energy through those palms, like fireballs, healing hands. And draw that energy inwards, all the way up the arms. Lighting yourself up inside, feeling yourself bright and light. So you're glowing. And you might notice the light piercing through your eyes, nose, ears, mouth. You might even notice that light piercing out through the base of the spine and up through the crown, through the central channel. You might feel yourself just this light being with this light escaping from everywhere because it's so bright and expansive. I know that's who you are. Feel that vibrancy. Feel your power. It's not power that's measured by telling others to do what we want them to do. But it's this inner strength, this inner power to treat each other lovingly, respectfully. A gentle power, a loving power. So set an intention for your evening. Maybe set the intention to not look at your phone, to put it away. As challenging as that might be, maybe break a habit tonight. Let it start from today. Create a new habit. It's easy to get caught into certain routines. Sometimes hard to differentiate the days, times. So set an intention for your evening, and maybe something that you can carry with you into tomorrow. And to really set that focus, not to just intend and just know that you're really not going to do it. Otherwise, you start to beat yourself up. So not something that you know you're going to fail at. Just small steps. It doesn't have to be anything big even, just to be present, to stop, and to take 3 breaths every hour, just to be aware or something. And then once you've set your intention, re-emerge. Let yourself rise from a place of creativity where the mind is free to roam as it pleases, where we witness our thoughts. They don't take hold of us, just see them. We watch them flash through, and things that maybe we used to hold on to are no longer there as strongly. Those hooks maybe just don't have the effect that they used to. Stir your body, stretch and yawn, and just let yourself reawaken. Roll to one side and just let your body pause there. And then use one hand and then the other to support yourself into an upright seat. Palms will come together at the center of the chest. Anjali Mudra. Mudra is a hand gesture. Anjali is the hand gesture where the 2 palms come together at the center of the chest. That reminds us to come back home to our heart time and time again. And it's this gesture that we see in a lot of cultures, which means I see you, I see the light being that you are. So that beautiful, vibrant light that you saw inside of you, we can see in every single being on this planet. So seeing beyond the illusions and the obstacles and the thoughts that separate us, recognizing that we are all made from the same stardust. Bring your thumbs to the center of your eyebrows, really honoring that light and that understanding within us. Bringing your thumbs to your lips, speaking truth, feeling that that honesty that comes when we do speak. And bring your thumbs back to your heart, finding comfort in that sense of knowing that all is well, all is okay, and that we've got this. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. Namaste. Sleep well. Thank you all so much.
Thanks so much, Eva. That was very hard, but very good.
It's nice to be challenged, I think, sometimes in these times.
Thank you. I hope it helped you. And
what's that?
Hope it helped you too, and good luck for your another week of crocheting. Show us next week.
No, it just becomes a yes, thank you.
Show and tell.
Oh, thanks, Heather.
Thank you.
Ryan, I see your message only just this week. Yes, and thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate.
See you.
Each and every one of you. Thank you. See
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Misha. Take care of your lower back. All right, good night.